America is truly a wonderful place, with the West Coast holding such great cities such as LA to the East Coast and Manhattan, where the Ninja Turtles live. There's a wild part to all of these, but think outside the box for a minute. No, wait, think inside the box for a minute. What have we been glaring past now for the longest time? Oh, that's right, the Midwest. With tornadoes galore and nothing but blue skies beyond, this place is its own specialty. Now, if we take a look closer at the Midwest, there's actually a Midwest to the Midwest, and it is known as Nebraska. Today, I will convince you why Nebraska is truly the greatest state of all time. You will be convinced, and you will have your mind blown away. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but there are many great minds that come from Nebraska. It is home to some of the most influential people of all time. Some people that might come to mind are Malcolm X and former US President Gerald Ford, but no one cares about them, they're dead anyways. Some more important icons that come from Nebraska are the Kool-Aid Man. Some people actually don't know this, but he's actually called the Kool-Aid Man's monster. Kool-Aid Man is the scientist that made him. Andy the Goose, who was a fat nobody until he sported some fly-ass kicks. Then he made it into the big league, getting multiple sponsorships for his rap career, and he even got all the hoes too. But unfortunately, at the peak of his career, Andy the Goose was found shot dead on the streets of Atlanta in 1991. It's so sad that such a talented young man was cut short of his career before he even knew it was over. Also, I know Hugbees did a video on this goose already, but like, shut up. Jojo Siwa, a kid's YouTuber who condoned Colleen Ballinger, an influencer who got outed out for grooming minors, and responded appropriately with playing the ukulele. And last, but certainly not least, Fred Figglehorn, the man known for having the worst show on Nickelodeon, Fred the Show. Oh yeah, and he also had 3 movies, and his dad is also John Cena for some reason. With such great famous names to its name, Nebraska truly has so many famous icons known for making really good decisions. Nebraska also has some truly marvelous scenery. I mean, you cannot top this anywhere else in the US. And Nebraska, along with the other Midwestern states, have their own mascot. Now, feeble minds may think Nebraska's mascot is corn, as it is everywhere, but no, you're wrong. You may notice that when you load up your game, you spawn with nothing around you. But if you keep walking around for 800 miles, you will find a single gas station. And what is in front of that gas station, you might ask? Well, my friends, that is the Sinclair dinosaur. With every Sinclair gas station you find comes with one Sinclair green dinosaur. The European mind cannot comprehend this. Did you also know Nebraska has its own movie? And you won't fucking believe who's in this movie. Saul Goodman, the man himself, baby. Now, if you remember in Better Call Saul, Saul Goodman actually went to Nebraska to go into hiding in Omaha with a fake alias Gene Takovic. So to see him in a movie as a famous actor seems kind of odd, or is it? If we look where he was in Omaha, we see that he works at a Cinnabon, asking people for 40% tips at a mall. But what persuaded Saul Goodman to specifically go to Nebraska? What is it about this place that lures people in? Why are there so many rich and famous people here? Well, if we look at the plot of the Nebraska movie, it's about an old man thinking he has won the lottery and has to travel to Nebraska with his son to claim the prize. But why was Saul Goodman in the movie? Well, if you know Better Call Saul like I do, Saul Goodman is a lawyer, a sleazy lawyer, who will go as far to kill his own brother for a quick buck. So it makes sense as to why he would be in the Nebraska movie. He also wants to follow that trail to winning the lottery. And it's no wonder the richest man in Nebraska is Warren Buffett, whose net worth is $117 billion. And so many other rich and famous people come from here, but why? Well, it all has to do with one thing: crops. Nebraska may not have much to see, but it rules the agriculture industry. I mean, why do you think so many of the fields are shaped like Nebraska? Nebraska even has its own Stonehenge. No one knows where these structures came from, however, they seem to have predicted the invention of the car in the 20th century. Why does Nebraska get no 5G coverage from T-Mobile? Perhaps the 5G towers interfere with something going on there. Have you ever been to western Nebraska and notice it's really strange looking, almost alien-like? There's these weird gray hills and mushroom-shaped rocks. Now, you might not know where I'm going with this. There's a possibility that there's aliens roaming around the western grades of Nebraska. Skeptical? I don't blame you. And you may ask, why would aliens be interested in Nebraska? Well, isn't it obvious? It's so desolate that nobody would think to look there. What is made out as a joke state is in actuality the king of the crop, and aliens are known for circling crop fields because they control them. And you may think, well, Nebraska isn't the only state that grows crops. Well, let's take a look at some of the biggest agriculture-based economies in the country. There's Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wyoming, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Colorado, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, and lastly, Nebraska itself. And what do these states oddly resemble when you outline them? That's right, Nebraska.
Oh no, this can't be. Why, Lord? Why, Lord? Why?
These aliens love crop circles so much because they control the crop industry. They control all of us. And these rich, famous people that come from here are all aliens. They have all of these dinosaurs lying around because they invented dinosaurs. They control our food. They are big oil. Just to seal the deal, I went out to Nebraska myself to investigate all of this. Hey, where'd that fucker go? Wait. Oh.
Shit, there he is.
Let's go get him.
Let's go.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I kind of like Nebraska because they have funny little green brontosaurus. By the way, I appreciate all the support I got in the last video, but I do have to talk about two types of comments I got. The first one is regarding how Ben Drown is technically an ARG, and I actually was going to feature this in the video originally, but it got scrapped due to me not really knowing a good spot to put it in, as I thought the ARG itself was kind of alright, I guess. There are two more arcs following around the original Ben Drown creepypasta, the second one being known as the Moon Children, and the last one being known as Awakening. They're kind of cryptic, honestly, and it's about another moon cult. With that said, the version of Ben Drown that most people do know is the creepypasta, so, like, don't go around to people saying, oh, yeah, no, it's actually been an ARG the whole time. You can't call it a creepypasta anymore, and I actually just tricked you. The other comments I got were correcting me on the technical terminology of ARGs and analog horror, but both have become an interchangeable term for one another. Many of the wikis and communities for these will regard quite a lot of the ones I listed as both ARGs and analog, as shown here. It's not ARG, it's analog horror. Yeah, you don't know what an ARG is. Well, apparently no one on the internet does either. Don't believe me? Here's a Reddit thread discussing it. Can we say the backrooms are maybe an ARG technically? And I'm not really trying to shame the commenters asking about this. They were just simply pointing out something that was a bit of a loophole, so I'll try and clear this up a little bit better next time I do a video like that. With that, thank you for watching, and I bid you farewell. I'll see y'all next week. Happy spooky season.